Hey y'all, it's Amanda. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you are a returning friend. I'm so glad to have you here. Today's video is part 2 of a Torrid haul of size 6 items that I picked up when the Torrid Cash event was happening. Everything I picked up is in a size 6 or a size 30 unless otherwise noted. And in terms of sizing, I am a 6 or a 30, especially in bottoms. I am a 5 or a 6 in tops, depending on the fit. And in bottoms, such as jeans or the closer fit cargo pants or slim cut pants, a lot of times they don't work for me at all. So that is the point of view from which I will be reviewing these items today. Some of you have been with me for a few videos now, and you have sent me some very kind well wishes and comments for speedy healing. I do have a number of diseases and chronic illnesses that are flared up at the moment, and I've had a really hard couple of months, especially the last few weeks. But I wanted to hurry up and get this out before the items begin to sell out and are no longer relevant. So I hope you enjoy the video today. In just a little bit, I'm going to rewind it back and you'll see me in different clothes talking about what I picked up and trying these things on. So with all that being said, let's hop right in. I ordered the crop zip-up hoodie in French terry in the black in a size 5 and in white in a size 6. I did want both of these colors, but I thought I would test out the different fit. Because I'm short and pear-shaped, sometimes in the cropped lengths I can get by with a smaller size, like a 5 or even a 4. Torrid seems to grade the length of a lot of their items. So if you are built similar to me, you may find that sizing down in a jacket actually makes the waist hit you at a higher place. So you'll see in the try-ons, the 5 fits me a little closer to the body and comes up shorter, whereas the white is a little roomier and just an inch or two longer. Both of these fit as expected. I feel like I could wear both of them perfectly fine and functionally. In fact, I think I like the black one just a little bit better because I don't like sleeves that are too big. So rather than have this altered, I think I will just exchange the white hoodie for a size 5. The next item was a bit of a disappointment. It was the Happy Camper Crop Active Pant in Olive. It didn't look like on me these would be cropped length, but again, I'm pretty short. I tried one other item a few videos ago from their Happy Camper sub edit, and it fit really small. This active pant is not cut terribly roomy, and mostly I was unimpressed with the fabric. I think they've tried to go for something that is really lightweight for summer, but it felt to me like the kind of fabric that's going to get really slimy, almost something that would be like a lining fabric. I think they were going for something that would be sweat wicking, but I did not get the impression that that would be the case with these, and they're so thin that I just couldn't envision myself sweating through them. They also had a little bit of a luster that gave them a cheap look. They had a little bit of a noise to them when I moved the fabric together like this, and most importantly, these were cut across the hip and the seat and the thigh in such a way that I knew I wouldn't be able to get them on. I started shimmying them up my legs and I thought, nope, this is just not gonna happen. So they did have a nice stretch waistband that was built like a thick elastic belt sewn onto the pants. It wasn't an actual encased piece of elastic. It looked like it probably would be comfortable, but overall I was just unimpressed with the quality and the selections they made of the fabric. So unfortunately, this is not a pair of pants I can recommend. The next item was marketed as a dress. It's the Embroidered Flutter dress. The fabric is challis and the material is in the color blue. I say that it was marketed as a dress because a lot of the feedback and reviews early on complained about the length of this dress as well as the fullness. The length for me is not an issue because I don't wear knee length or above knee length dresses regardless. So I knew this would be really cute with a pair of rolled up jeans or linen pants and some sandals or sneakers. And in fact, it was perfect, exactly what I wanted. And even though some folks felt like this ran large, I think it was intended to be really full so that when you use the included belt made out of the same fabric, you got a really blouson fit, which I definitely did. I loved this shade of blue. It was really saturated And I don't recall if this item was machine washable or not, but if I wash it by machine, I definitely won't dry it. It does feel like they're challis or rayon fabric that has a little tiny bit of stretch, but probably will shrink in the dryer. The next item is another dress in the super soft knit. This is a scoop neck skater dress, super soft in the color yellow. This is a very basic, straightforward item. I loved the fit of the upper body. I would really like to see this same item offered with sleeves, possibly even in a tunic length, more like a baby doll cut shirt. The waist hit square on my waist, but above where my hips flare out, which was perfect for my size and shape and height. This was true to the length stated on the website, and I think it came in at about 41 inches, which on me is about the middle of my knee or just above my knee. The golden yellow color was really pretty and vibrant. I have had a couple of t-shirts in the same fabric in a similar color, and the armpits tend to get a little bit dingy over time, just a normal biological response. I mostly picked this up to just try it on and see what I thought about the fit. I don't know if I'm going to keep it because I do have so many items like this in my closet, but I do love the golden yellow. It's one of my favorite colors, and I highly recommend. It did fit true to size, and even though I'm smaller on the top, it did still fit well, and I think it would accommodate ladies with larger busts as well. The next item is also a yellow dress, smocked v-neck skater dress in the challis fabric color yellow. This is a little paler, more of a buttery yellow. The challis fabric, if you're familiar with Torrid's clothing, is kind of a stretch rayon, just a little bit of stretch for comfort. This is cut in a little bit of a baby doll style. This has a smocked front and back, which lends itself toward a very comfortable fit across a variety of sizes. Had a nicely sized sleeve without being too terribly big, but also gave me just enough coverage for what I want. It did have a v-neck in the back as well as the front, which isn't my favorite, but that's just because I don't like the shape of my neck in the back or across my shoulders where I've had some injuries. But otherwise, I think this is a true to size fit and very comfortable. Definitely something that I will wear again with rolled up jeans and sandals all summer long. If you are familiar with or prefer wearing the skater dress styles from Torrid, I think you will really like this. It fit perfectly as expected. Next up, I'm showing you another beautiful kimono. This is in crinkle gauze in the color black. I'm trying this on with the golden yellow super soft tank dress. I hoped that that color would really showcase the macrame or the crochet or whatever it is across the back of this kimono. That's a really beautiful detail. This kimono fit well. It did close across the front of me. It wasn't particularly roomy, but it was good enough. Had a little bit of a full sleeve, but nothing that would be overly annoying. This is another item where if you are quite top heavy for your size, you may want to consider sizing up. But otherwise, this is something that I highly recommend. The next item is a pair of shoes. These are the Mary Jane flats in canvas. I ordered these in my usual Torrid size, which is a size 9. Outside of Torrid, I'm a 9.5 wide. These fit maybe just a quarter of a size bigger than expected. The size 9 is usually perfect for me. Very roomy in width, so if Torrid's shoes lately have become too narrow for you, I think you would find that these still work for you and were really comfortable. I was glad to pick these up because I love shoes that I can wear with no socks in the summer and just throw them in the washer. The print on these is really cute. The buckle is functional and adjustable, and I love the little rubber bump toe. The next item is another midi dress. This one is a button front midi dress in the color blue. It's in a very pretty robin's egg blue, sky blue color, and I'm a big fan of this pattern from Torrid. They've been putting it out in the summer for the last few years. I did order a size 6 to accommodate my hip, and I'm glad I did because the last year or two I've noticed these dresses getting a little more narrow fitting in the bust. So with me being smaller on top, that wasn't an issue, but if you have a really full size 6 upper body, you may find that this dress doesn't work for you, even with the smocking in the back. The skirt of this dress also is fully lined. However, it's in a polyester that Torrid typically uses, which is not my favorite fabric. I've been a little critical of this in the past, but I find that fabric to get a little hot in the summer. So I may actually cut the lining out of this if I can get by with it. In one of my recent reviews, I talked about a similar striped dress in the same pattern but without the gathering in the top. And I noticed that the bodice of that dress was a little short from here to here. So it made the bust or the under bust seam fit a little high. And I didn't have that problem with this one too much. But it was still a little scant in the bust compared to the other dresses, the older dresses I have in this same pattern from a couple of years ago. If you are, again, on the fuller size of a 6 on top, this may be a dress that doesn't work for you. The next item from Torrid is another sundress. This one is the Ruffle High-Low Maxi Dress in Jersey. The color says floral. I ordered this item in a size 6, and it had indeed a little bit of a high-low, but it wasn't as drastic as some of the other dresses I've had from Torrid, which I appreciate, again, because I wanted it to cover my upper calves. The surprise in this dress is that it has a cutout peephole in the back, and for me it was a little bit tricky, but I like this dress enough that I'm going to keep it and try to work with it. I typically don't go out sleeveless, but I would like to have the option, and for me I found that this keyhole in the larger size that it came in, the pattern kind of graduated the size of the hole, so it took up the same proportion of the back of the dress, but it made for a really large opening on my personal body to where my bra was showing, the top of my briefs were showing, and I think I could get around that, but it could be a little awkward depending on what you're wearing. The first time I tried this dress on, I was wearing like a nylon tube bra that doesn't do anything for lift, but it just kind of flattens everything and holds it still, and so that band is what showed through the keyhole in the back, and that might be a better option for me, especially if I'm not wearing a jacket or a cardigan or a sweatshirt. The next dress is a smocked puff sleeve mini dress in Jersey. The color they list is light pink. I would say that it has a little bit of a purpley undertone. It's a really cute skater dress. Also, I liked the smocked waist. I liked the pockets. I loved the neckline. The puff sleeves are really cute and very comfortable. I like the jersey fabric. It's even a little bit softer than the super soft, or maybe more of like a modal jersey. It also came in just above the knee and will become a spring and summer staple for me with rolled up jeans and sandals. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I am more of a size 5 or 5'6" on the top, and even though this has a really open neckline, I didn't have any trouble with it falling off of my shoulders. If you are larger busted for your size, then this may become a little bit revealing, requiring you to wear a cami if that's a concern, but generally I found this to fit true to size, and I highly recommend. Unsurprisingly, I have another dress to review. The next one is the lace inset trapeze dress in their super soft fabric in the color black. This is a classic Torrid item. The super soft material is a favorite of mine in all seasons. It's super comfortable. It's definitely very stretchy, and it is absolutely super soft. You may have tried some of their t-shirts in this same material that's been out for a few years. The dress had a very swingy fit and was perfect for the pear-shaped body. I felt like this was very classically flattering on my shape. Flared out nicely. The only thing about the super soft fabric is by the time it gets wide enough to make the skirt of a size 6, it gets a little heavy. So if you were in the rain or getting wet or wearing this, you know, in that kind of a situation, this dress could get very heavy. The lace yoke around the top was very comfortable. I liked that you could leave it buttoned or unbutton it a little if you want. I was able to slip it over my head easily without unbuttoning it. I liked the length of the sleeves. They were about as short as I would want to go without revealing my lipedema arms. I'm not someone who typically goes out sleeveless, but I'm also not overly self-conscious of my arms, so you know, I feel like the place the sleeves hit was a happy medium for what most ladies would look for. But the next item I am going to talk about is a drape front cardigan in the super soft fabric. The color is beige. This cardigan is pretty nondescript. It's a very okay, solid piece of clothing. I don't need something like this in my wardrobe. I was more curious to see how the fit was. I have some other fit and flare or swing cut cardigans that are definitely fuller in the hip. This one was more straight cut. It had a little bit of a turn back style layer in the front that gives you a little bit of flexibility in terms of whether or not it closes, but it was a little too long in the sleeve. It was a little too narrow in the hip. The color is nice, but not great for my particular skin tone. So all in all, this will be something that I end up returning, but it is something I recommend if you like the cut, if you like the fit, and if you like that color and need it in your wardrobe. It's just not something I needed. The next item I'm going to talk about is not a dress, it is a skirt. It is the Hanky Hem Maxi Skirt, challis fabric. Even though this says the color is black, I thought I recalled that this was more of a red, white, and blue, very patriotic print. And even though it says a maxi skirt, it does have a bit of a hanky hem or a shark bite hem, which is usually not my favorite in terms of style, but once you put it on and you have all the volume that comes with wearing a size 6 skirt, it was a little less obvious, which I appreciated. It's a really cute ruffly bottom, looks super cute with a t-shirt. If you often find that the waist of your skirts is too small, note that this one is a little more on the conservative side, as seems to be a trend with Torrid lately in their skirts. I have lots and lots of skirts from Torrid that have plenty of room in them from the last couple years. This one in particular was a little more on the conservative side, had plenty of room across the hip and the butt. I feel like it was traditionally flattering on my belly for the most part, and this will be very comfortable again for the summer, worn with a t-shirt and sandals or sneakers. If you're interested, there is also a kimono in this same fabric, a maxi length kimono, although interestingly it says red and blue. That's all I have to share with you today. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. I know how hard it can be to make informed decisions with our dollars as women in this size range, so I'm always happy to share what I find. If you like this video and want to keep seeing this kind of content, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Please think about sharing, and do subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell if you want to be notified when I post my next video.